Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they've had a long few days already as they were in London last week, back in the States, and on the road this week.
And they had some travel troubles coming back from London, but since they came back with a win, they'll put up with those and continue to move forward.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll start with the option. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's McDonald. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
31-yard line.
McDonald sets to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw again, McDonald. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Saunders. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. McDonald. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll maybe get back to the line of of scrimmage, but no more than that. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers for Mixon last week, the hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Joe Mixon. And he works free. Mixon with a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
A gain of 33 yards.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
9 yards. It's 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down, Hansen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It was Jacob Phillips who was able to bring him down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be... First down. Hansen. He's going to loft one deep left. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 42 yards. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll give it to Mixon. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's a run with Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Joe Mixon becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Well, it's caught on the right side of Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, McDonald. Over the middle, complete. That's Curtis. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards, good for his Saints 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Geis with the carry on second down. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Falcons 28.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
At their own 22-yard line.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
The play fake. Hansen. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
The 2nd down.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, here's Geis. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Geis. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for New Orleans, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll be on the road next.